We traveled over 7,000 kilometers across Germany, filming over 25 interviews with federal ministry, with mayors and other high-ranking politicians. In this video, we'll share the fast and effective interview setup that we use throughout this and many other projects. It's designed to help you achieve professional results under tight time constraints, while ensuring your interviews always look their best on camera. Given how little time these individuals often had, we needed to be extremely efficient, setting up quickly, wiring microphones, adjusting the lighting, and breaking everything down just as fast. Good lighting makes a huge difference. It doesn't just make your video look more professional, it also elevates the presence of the person in front of the camera, portraying them both as professional and trustworthy. This was particularly important for us, as many of the people we interviewed held influential positions, and to consistently achieve high quality results, we relied on 8 essential steps that formed the foundation of our process. The first step is finding the right framing. Before setting up any equipment, take a moment to analyze the room. Is it quiet and free from distractions? How much natural light is available, and can you control it if needed? Does the background look clean and visually appealing? Lastly, consider the acoustics. Does the room echo, or is the sound dampened? Our process always begins with the camera. We mount it on a tripod and experiment with different positions to find the perfect frame. The background plays a crucial role here. It should look neat and organized, without being too dull. Straight lines and neutral colors often work best, while overly complex or cluttered backgrounds should be avoided. Using the rule of thirds as a guideline, we test different angles until the composition feels professional and well balanced. Lighting consistency is another important aspect of framing. If the lighting changes during the interview, for instance, because sunlight shifts through a window, it can disrupt the overall look and create problems in post-production. To avoid this, use tools like the Sun Tracker app to monitor the position of the sun and plan accordingly. For this tutorial, we kept things simple by using our office as the background space, with clean lines and neutral tones. The second step is to gain full control over the lighting in the room. Turn off all artificial light sources, and if there are windows letting in sunlight, draw the curtains or block them completely. For one of our projects, we covered an entire window wall and recreated the sunlight effect using a Spotlight Max. This gave us complete control over the lighting and ensured a consistent look throughout the shoot. Once you've controlled the ambient light, the third step is positioning your key light. This is the primary light source and the most important element of your lighting setup. Depending on the size of the room and the distance between the light and the interviewee, we typically use the Aperture 600D, paired with either a 150 softbox for larger spaces or a 90cm light dome for more compact setups. Adding a honeycomb grid helps prevent light spill, keeping the focus on your subject. Place the light as close to the interviewee as possible, without it being visible in the frame. Pro tip: if you have full control over the lighting in the room, you can position the softbox and microphone within the frame and edit them out later. To do this, simply record the interview as usual and then capture a clean plate of the empty room afterward. With some masking in post-production, you can remove the lights and microphones. There you go. However, we wouldn't recommend using this technique for beginners, as even a slight camera shake or changes in lighting can result in significant editing work, or worse, the effect might not work at all. The closer the light, the softer and more flattering it will appear. Position the light slightly above eye level and at a 45-degree angle to the camera. This creates a classic Rembrandt lighting effect, which adds depth by forming a subtle triangle of light on one side of the face. For a finishing touch, check for a small catch light in the subject's eyes. It gives them a more lively look. The fourth step is reducing shadows on the darker side of your subject's face. You can achieve this by using a fill light or a reflector to bounce light back onto the face. We often use a simple reflector to create a soft, natural lift that subtly brightens the jawline without overpowering the key light. If you prefer a more dramatic look, use a negative fill to deepen the shadows and increase contrast. Remember that small changes in lighting can make a significant difference in how polished your final shot looks. Once your subject is well lit, the next step is ensuring they stand out from the background. This brings us to step 5, adding a hair light. A hair light helps separate the subject from the background, giving the shot a sense of depth and dimension. Place the hair light on the opposite side of the key light and angle it so that it softly highlights the back edge of the subject's head. We mostly use Aperture MC Pros for this purpose, which are convenient because they can be magnetically attached to metal surfaces, making setup quick and easy. With the lighting complete, step 6 is about bringing everything together by ensuring consistency across the setup. Check that all of your lights are set to the same color temperature and that your camera's white balance matches. A proper white balance during the shoot will save you a significant amount of time in post-production, especially when working with multiple cameras. For professionals, matching color temperatures across all lights is essential for creating a cohesive and polished look. Audio is just as important as visuals, which is why step 7 focuses on capturing high quality sound. We recommend using a wireless lavalier microphone with the Rode Pros, which can be attached to the subject's chest, approximately 25 to 30 centimeters from their mouth. Monitor for fabric noise. Catching these issues during the shoot will save you headaches later. Wireless microphones also allow you to monitor the audio in real time and make adjustments during the recording if needed. For situations where you want to keep microphones out of the frame, using a boom mic is a great alternative. We use a Rode shotgun mic attached to a C-stand, positioning it just outside the top edge of the frame and aiming it towards the subject's chest. For professionals, if your subject moves frequently or the frame is too wide for a boom mic, you can use Rycote stickies to attach the microphone under their clothing. However, be mindful of potential fabric noise. If the subject's clothing rustles against the microphones, this can compromise your audio quality. Always monitor the sound closely during the recording. If rustling becomes a problem, we recommend avoiding this technique altogether. One golden rule, however, is always record audio from both a boom mic and a lavalier microphone. This redundancy ensures you'll have a backup in case one source fails. For example, if the lav mic gets bumped during the interview. Finally, step 8 is running through a final checklist before you hit record. Double check that all lights are positioned correctly and that their color temperatures match. Test the audio levels to ensure they are clear and consistent. Set your camera's frame rate to 24 frames and the shutter speed to 1/50th. Make sure all cameras are recording, and if you're using a second camera, confirm it's properly framed for additional angles. Before you begin asking questions, request that your interviewee repeats the question at the start of their answer. This makes the responses more coherent and easier for viewers to follow. If you're unsure about a take, always record one extra. It's better to have these options during editing than to realize you missed something. And that's it. By following these steps, you'll be able to set up a fast, efficient, and professional interview. Small adjustments can make a big difference, and the more you practice the setup, the quicker and more confident you'll become. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We are launching a full video production series to share all our knowledge with you. Let us know in the comments what topics you'd like to see next, and we'll see you in the next video.